Hello and welcome to the Easily Excitable podcast. This is a continuation from last week's episode with Dom. Woo!
Hello, yes, I'm back.
Yeah. I guess we're just gonna delve into more things.
Continue the conversation, yes.
Enjoy. So the GGG summer holiday is coming up, but there is also coming up RTX. Neither of us are going to RTX this year, but Bethany's just posted a journal about a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm kind of laughing, but I'm feeling sorry for anyone that's going because it looks like it's kind of a miserable time.
So what's going on? Because I briefly scanned over this journal, but honestly, I looked at the pictures and just thought, this looks weird. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm not going this year, I don't care.
Yeah. No food and drink allowed to be taken in, so anyone that's diabetic is kicking up a fuss because rightfully so. You're not allowed to take drinks in. The queues to get into the building...
On the
there
outside.
Are 4 checkpoints, and the queues are on the outside. Yeah, in Austin, in summer, when it's going to be, 100 degrees, or whatever that is in British units, probably like 37, 38 degrees.
Yeah.
Probably a little warmer than that, probably about 40 degrees, mainly because 37 is body temperature and you're running a fever if you've got 100. There you go. Anyway, yeah, so those are the main points. Like, anyone that's got diabetes is essentially shafted.
Yeah, I saw the security checkpoints being on the outside, and I was just like, hold the phone, Jesus.
That doesn't look right.
That doesn't, yeah, exactly, that does not look right. I mean, yes, admittedly, this year there were going to be 4 checkpoints rather than last year when there was... Two.
One, initially it was one for VIPs, of which there were too many, and then the lump for everyone else to go through.
I've not heard an RTX. I've not heard of an RTX. Aside from obviously the first one, which was basically just a pull by.
500 people.
Yeah. I've not heard of an RTX where they've been in that convention centre where day one lines went right.
Yeah.
Like that they weren't a nightmare. Mm-hmm. Like the diabetic thing, that's a bit like okay. I mean,
it's an oversight on like.
Yeah, it's an oversight, and I'd imagine. If you're going through the security checkpoints and you have food, and these security guys are like, "Why do you have food?" and you say, "I'm diabetic. Here's my thing."
Yeah.
Because most diabetics will have on them one of those necklaces or whatever, things say they're diabetic, or they'll have something like an EpiPen or something on them.
Yeah.
Then of course the security aren't going to be like, right, okay, you can't have the food. They're going to They are going to let you through probably.
Yeah.
If at the very least they're going to be calling up. Bethany or somebody being like, we have a diabetic here, can we let them through? Of course, they're probably going to say yes.
Yeah.
But it's the queuing on the outside, because that was so rough.
Yeah.
It was
Even
so
just
rough.
walking between the convention centre and a hotel for panels, it's just like, oh god, this heat is quite unbearable if we're not prepared for it.
There's 4 entrances, and it's on each side of the convention centre.
Mm-hmm.
If you are brave enough to brave the Austin sun, you won't have much of a queue to go through, because 2 of those queues at any given time, maybe even 3, people are going to be hemorrhaging off them. Nobody's going to want to stand on the side where the sun is.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. Literally, it's warm enough that if you were standing out there for too long, the water in your fucking water bottles would boil.
Yeah, it's going to be ludicrous. And, yeah, I don't know. It's yeah. And, because they have 3 tiers of ticketing now, you've got your weekend pass, then you've got weekend plus, and then you've got your VIP tickets. Only the VIP tickets are getting priority entrance. The weekend plus doesn't seem to get any bonuses or extras. So it's what's the point in ordering it other than early pickings on an autograph, and that's it. It's just... Anyway, it's ludicrous. We're not going, but I needed to rant somewhere about it.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Well, we'll see what happens. I've been having thoughts about where RT is heading right now, and I'm not particularly happy with it. But to be honest, I've moved... Because of how they've handled it, I've unfortunately moved off the platform.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. They've done the entire, they've done the site revamp, and how long ago was that? 6 months ago? Or so?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Probably 6 months ago almost. and I haven't done the community side, you have to go to a separate site basically to do the community side because of the way it's coded. And it's just like, you go to the homepage and you don't see your notifications, and you go onto the other side, and all I see on the notifications is anything from staff, which okay, fair play to them, they are starting to use the site a bit more to try and communicate stuff. But it's a little too little, too late, you know.
Yeah.
Like they haven't for so long that people have migrated so much off the platform that nobody's interested anymore.
Yep.
And then the other things I see are from like you, Kazumi, the odd thing still from Ninja Cake,
yeah.
and Oxford Comma Cafe, which somehow those idiots are still going. Somehow, yeah,
they're still going. It's
But everything else, like every other thread that I'm like attached to, even things like I was attached to the welcome thread.
Yeah.
Like where people come in on the forum, it's like introduce yourself here. That hasn't seen activity in so long.
Yeah.
Because people just don't come to the site.
No, it's it's strange to see the like community site just falling away.
Just die.
And, like
it's not falling away. It's dead.
Yeah, it is. And there's just like there's no support or changing for it. They're like, yeah, we've got a new site, and the new site doesn't involve any community features in it.
Well, they said when they were doing the new site, it's like, yeah, we got a new site, and we're going to run out, and we're going to fix those issues, and then we're going to update the community site. Cool.
And then the person that was handling it has left. So
yeah, yeah, the person who's handling it's left, and it's just like, well, you're left in limbo again.
Yeah.
So RT have shot themselves in the foot, and you can trace it back to them. You could trace it back to like the fucking full screen when it got acquired or whatever, or any of these things. But it's just like, reality of the matter is, the site's dying.
Yeah.
From the community side, I think they're seeing, and it's interesting as well because I don't know whether you noticed this, because I don't know how much you keep up to date with RT content anymore.
Questionable at best.
So, did you know at the moment? Obviously, there's a Red versus Blue season, which is still ongoing.
Yep.
So, yeah. There's also a Camp, which has come out recently, and they're doing new episodes like every week. And there's Ruby Chibi, which has started again like a few weeks ago.
Yeah. I didn't know about Ruby Chibi.
Exactly. That's one of their sort of flagship projects, but it's been going, I think, its second week, I think, is this week.
Okay.
None of those are getting uploaded to YouTube anymore.
No.
None of them are. They're all that's uploaded to YouTube now is teasers, promos.
Yeah.
Saying like, come visit the RT site to come watch this. I would love to see the numbers of how well RT are doing with that, because I understand that they have to do it because of all the shit that's going on with YouTube right now.
Yeah.
But I would be sorely surprised to see that if they're still keeping up the amount of revenue, etc., that they used to. I think RT are struggling, honestly.
I reckon they're doing okay.
I think they're doing okay. But I think comparatively,
that, like, RTX is virtually selling out. Someone commented on the subreddit today. I don't like looking at the subreddit, but I wanted to see any reactions about the news to the RTX announcement that they made. Whether, oh god, I just lost my train of thought. Why there were so few lines in the store. And they must be doing something right on social media to sell clothing lines, because Barbara's got one, Lindsay's got one, a bunch of people have clothing lines, and Barbara's just announced or just released one her clothing line today, I think. An email came through, I think I saw. So they must be doing all right on the clothing lines, because every time like Jeff releases a t-shirt, they do them in like limited runs of 500 and they get sold out instantly. So if you think about like how much that's going to be every time, and they're quite frequent. I think he's done about 40 different t-shirt designs. And
they're not doing. I don't think they're doing bad.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but I think comparatively to how they were doing back before YouTube started to go to shit.
Yeah.
I think that they're going to be struggling. Like, I know for a fact there's parts of the business which they're propping up at the moment. Prime example of that is The No. Like, The No doesn't particularly have a lot of merchandise or anything like that. Like, at the moment they have like the Barbara line and the Jeff line, and then like, there's all the quotes coming from podcasts. They literally did podcast, was it 500 recently?
Yeah, 500 was last week.
it was last week, which was amazing. Like, fair play to them. I probably should actually start listening to the podcast again because I listened from Drunk Tank to about, I think, 140-ish, and then I dropped off, and now it's like, oh shit, 500. Oh god. I have not been watching. Yeah. I have not been watching this for so long.
Yeah. I think it got like, to 350, but then I was like, eh.
And like Achievement Hunter are still doing like strength to strength with like the stuff they're doing and Let's Play and whatnot. But it's just like, yeah, something seems off about RT, and I can't quite place a finger on it.
I think it's that Ruby's so popular in comparison to everything else that they're doing on like their own content stuff. Like it massively overshadows Red versus Blue. I think people were making a point on the subreddit that I was looking at, and they were like, yeah, I don't see why like Red versus Blue isn't getting as much attention on other social media sites. And it's just like, Ruby's clearly overshadowing it, and it has been since it was announced, really. There's been so much hype around Ruby, and it's so global that, like...
Yeah, here's the thing, like, RVB is like, they want to stay true to the roots. Have you watched this recent season, by the way?
I've probably watched 5 episodes.
I love Red vs. Blue. I fucking love it.
Mm-hmm.
This season is objectively terrible, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It just... I don't know what is going on, but I got like to 6 episodes in, and I'm just like, holy shit, this is bad. Like, this is just not... It doesn't feel right. People are acting like out of character. Like, the writing's terrible. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem like Red vs. Blue anymore. It doesn't seem any good.
Oh,
and like,
fair enough.
I know that they want to stick with it. I know this thing, but everything has a time and a place.
Yeah. Is it worth having the longest running internet series if it's crap? Like, if it's
I'd be fine with it because like they did, obviously, episode, you know, the ones Miles did, season 11, 12, 13 are like different.
The Chorus trilogy.
The Chorus trilogy, yeah. They were different and they were decent. They were a bit like different from what it was. And then they did like obviously not the best of season, but they did a season which directed like the one sort of shots and stuff. And those were great. The majority of those were great. Some of them were a bit like, but they all helped.
The thing is, you had RVB as their flagship product, like as it was going, obviously from seasons 1 to 10. Then you get into season 11, but you've got Ruby coming out as well. And it was very clear.
Well, Ruby was out. Ruby was out by season 11. Ruby came out about season 10ish.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's like, because suddenly that picked up. And it's not a bad thing that it's like, when a business has to pivot, a business has to change their focus onto what's being most successful at the time. And I'd be interested to see what happens with Genlock coming out.
Yeah.
Because they were so hyping up. I remember on RTX, both Genlock and Nomad of Nowhere.
Yeah.
Which Nomad of Nowhere is out.
I like that. I like Nomad of Nowhere. I enjoyed it, but it gave me really Trigun vibes. So I was like, Rachel, we need to watch Trigun.
Trigun's good.
Trigun's amazing.
Good. But yeah, it's like I watched Nomad of Nowhere and it was decent. But it's like since that has gone, I haven't heard anything else.
Yeah, because it was mid-season as well. Like they're like, oh, we're gonna have a mid-season break and then we're gonna come back with it. It's just like, no.
And then nothing's happened. And I honestly think it's been dumped. Honestly. Because a lot of people weren't having fun with it. A lot of people were not getting it. And I think they've dumped it, and because Camp has started coming out again.
Yeah.
And it's obviously the same animation team that does the two of them. And it's just like, obviously they've just decided to ramp up Camp. So I don't know. I hope Genlock doesn't suffer the same fate, because they got some like real... There's Grey in that seem really, really passionate about it.
Yeah.
And Ruby has the opportunity to outshadow it again.
Yeah, I hope that they kind of speak to different audiences. Like,
I don't know whether they will.
I don't think they will,
because they're both anime.
They do.
They're both anime stuff, but at the same time, there is room for anime, two types of anime to exist. But it's because I don't know. RT have always done things in like two ways. There's like the pure comedy stuff, which used to be Red versus Blue, and then there's like the action stuff, which is like Ruby.
Yeah.
And like the Monty Ohm-esque action scenes and whatever. And more Red versus Blue has gone towards that sort of stuff, the more it's suffering. And like No Matter Nowhere and like Camp Camp especially, like Camp Camp has fucking taken off. Like I'm so happy with that show. It's actually it's not my cup of tea, I don't think, but it's like a good fun show to watch.
Yeah.
I think just No Matter Nowhere just didn't hit the right spot, really.
Fair enough.
I just hope Genlock does, because I'm very afraid that unless they do something different with like the mech combat or whatever they're doing, it's just gonna look like, you know,
robotic Ruby.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna look like Ruby in fucking mech suits.
Yeah.
Which sounds like that's a fucking awesome idea, but it's like that would be an awesome idea if you
someone
just had,
else was doing it.
Well, no. Yes, but no, that's not what I was getting at. It would be like an awesome idea if they were to do something like when they did with Red vs. Blue in like a few seasons or whatever with Ruby. Once they finish the main story arc, or they finish a main story beat, and like, right, we're going to have a season on a break, and these are like the what-if scenarios. Yeah. And like, here's a future-flung what if Ruby was mech soldiers, and it would be fucking Genlock.
Yeah.
That's not what I want Genlock to be, but I have a feeling that's what it's going to feel like. And that's not going to do well.
Fair enough.
I don't know. We could talk about this for hours, because we obviously still care. That's the thing. We still care about the company.
Care about it, but it's not where we want it to be. But you know,
it's not our business.
Happy with what Achievement Hunter are doing, though. I'm thoroughly enjoying the Minecraft Let's Plays. And they've pretty set. I'm so happy with it. It's just like they just seem to have passion about playing the game again as well, and it's just like, this is just refreshing.
I honestly,
they got it from Sky Factory.
I attribute it to Sky Factory. Yeah, I attribute it to Sky Factory so much. I'm so glad they decided to take that model, and it's like actually it's bleeding through to like the GTA 5 Let's Plays and stuff. Like they've started doing Let's Plays that smaller groups. Like there's only 4 of them. But then they're doing it with community, and those fucking races they've been doing with the community
are the best.
So good. Like Achievement Hunter are pumping out like amazing content recently. I don't know what happened particularly to get them reinvigorated, but whatever has happened, it's definitely happened for the better. Like they've started including, I think it's partially because they've started including Trevor, Alfredo, Matt, and Lindsay into so many more videos.
Cast, so they don't have to use everyone for every video.
No,
and so
I don't think I've seen a video, and you could like say this is a good thing or a bad thing. I don't think I've seen a video with the core 6 and just the core 6 for quite a while at this point. Like there's been a few videos where it's the core 6 and then
Matt and Lindsay
or Alfredo and Trevor or
X. Just
exactly. Like it's always like, and always like, one cast isn't there, or like what cast I say, but one of them's not there, or one of them is there. Like Jeff is taking a step back for a looks of it again, and not being in so many videos, which is fair.
I think him playing golf though is probably the best thing that's happening
it's
right
great.
now.
It's great.
It's so good.
No, the best one I saw recently, what was the fucking best one where Jeff was getting so angry? Did you watch the GTA? I think it was the Things to Do in this past week.
Or was it BMX Triple X?
No.
Okay.
It was. I can't remember. There's a full Let's Play I think maybe it was last week's Let's Play or
last
like
week's Let's Play. They were trying to get everything into the back. They were trying to like rocket car into the back of the Titan.
No, it wasn't that then. So there must have been Things to Do in. It must have been Things to Do in.
Okay.
And it was. Who was it? I think it was Jack, Ryan, Jeremy, and Jeff.
Was it where they were hanging out on the corner trying to get people to turn up?
No.
Okay, sorry. I'm just throwing ideas, and I know.
No, it's basically what it is. It's one person is in the Mini, like the GTA's version of a Mini Cooper.
Oh my god, yeah. I forgot about that.
And the 3 cop cars.
That was amazing.
Yeah, there you go.
About that. Yeah, the Vespucci job.
That's the one.
That's
the
one.
Vespucci job. That was
bloody class.
Exactly. It was classic Achievement Hunter. Just the 4 of them just chilling out and having a laugh, and Jeff getting so fucking angry.
Yeah.
And it was so good.
It was so good. And then what was the other thing I was going to say? There's 2 more points I want to touch on, and I can't remember what they were. Did you watch Achievement Haunter?
No, I must have missed that. What was that?
Okay. It was their like spooky reality style show.
Oh no. Yeah.
Okay.
So I hope that gets greenlit. I really hope that gets greenlit.
That's completely opposite to me. I really enjoyed it, but I do not want to see more.
Why not?
Okay, so
I want to see. What I want to see is 1 season. I want to see 6 episodes of it. That's all I want.
Okay.
I don't want like a massive like 20 something. I need I just need like I need something like immersion, just like 6 episodes, and then we're done.
It's done.
Immersion though, I wish that would come back sometime soon because so fun.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, I didn't enjoy it purely for the fact that like they did things, set things up, and then it was clear like half of the group were like scared, and the other half of the group were the ones feeding that fear. And I don't know how you'd really be able to do it, like, continue on when you have, like, half a group that's very skeptical and prone to messing around with the others. Like, because we've already kind of established what's going to happen in the next few episodes if they do more. So I'm just like, I've already seen those jokes. I don't know if they'd be able to accomplish it again.
I get you, I get you. I wouldn't be... I would like to see more.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I wouldn't be upset if we don't see more.
Yeah.
Like, that stands as a very good one-off.
Yes.
But it was so well put together, and it was so well edited. Like, that was one thing you normally don't notice good editing. Because good editing is just like...
It makes the whole thing look good and complete.
Yeah, it's just like... You don't normally notice good editing. It's like, you don't normally notice a cleaner. Because if they're doing their job, you won't notice.
Yeah.
But then, just, it was so good, the editing, and so well put together. I was genuinely sitting there like, this is... It looked like a fucking TV show.
Yeah.
Honestly, it looked exactly like a TV show, and I was absolutely blown away by how well put together it was. And I get it was scripted. I get there was bits of it that were like completely and utterly scripted. But of course it's going to be, they had to agree on a location.
Yeah.
And there is no way you can get the cast to just turn up to a location without without one of them knowing what the location is and looking at it firsthand, because that's just what they're like.
Yeah.
The boys are going to like, the crew, so I'm missing out Lindsay, the crew are just going to be like, oh, we're going to this haunted whatever. So, okay, who's it haunted by? Like, at the very least, Jeremy's going to, like, Google something and be like, oh, okay, and just take the pics.
Yeah. My brain's starting to fail me. I was going to try and make a point. I can't remember what it was. But, yeah. Oh, no, I was going to say, like, the editing, like, when you think it's good, it's good. When you don't notice it, it's good. But, like, you can tell that an editor's put their character on it, like especially in like the Sky Factory episodes, when someone sneezes or makes a random noise and their screen will fly across the screen, like then clearly the editor becomes a character in themselves in like certain Let's Plays, and that becomes very clear as well. But that's interesting.
Do not speak his name or you shall be shunned. But I remember when JJ was the Achievement Hunter editor, and before he got too big for his fucking boots and got himself fired because he was a dick. He was quite funny when he was editing the Let's Builds. Yeah. It was entertaining. Like, admittedly, he had to do that to make Let's Builds even watchable. But, there was... Larry was the one who did the Sky Factory ones. He's the one who does, like, the spinning things when it's... when they sneeze and stuff. I don't know whether he's still editing there anymore.
I don't know.
I can't see why not. Yeah. But at the same time, I don't actually know, because people get internally shifted throughout that company all the time. Yeah. Or people leave, people come back. Like Mika recently left,
Yes.
Going the same sort of way as Meg Tony went from The Know, which is a shame, really, because I really enjoyed her on The Know, to be honest. I thought she was a great addition.
Yeah.
But
I thought Free Play was the best show they've done.
Yep.
Or definitely one of the best shows.
One of the best shows they've done. And then there's like, I hate saying it because I know how much my girlfriend loves the show, but like On the Spot is just kind of limping through. It's actually kind of, I don't know.
I haven't watched it in so long.
That's the thing. It's kind of upsetting now to go and watch it. And it's just like,
I just want to watch that episode where Joel and Jeremy are on a team, and Jeremy has his bag of emotions, which is just brown paper bags that he puts on his head with different eyes and faces.
Like, there's some great moments in it. It's still funny, but like the current I don't know, the current episodes of recently have just been a bit like, they seem forced. They honestly seem forced, and the cast, like, there's a fine line between taking the piss out of John and then like just completely just being disruptive.
Yeah.
And I feel like they've kind of gone over that line too much recently. Like, people started doing it because it was funny. And now it's just kind of expected when you go into that show. It's like, right, somebody's going to fuck with them so badly that's just going to break the entire show down.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's now ruining the show again.
Yeah. Ah, fair enough. The other point I wanted to mention was that I feel that the community site, while people were complaining about it dying once they switched from mods to the thumbs up, thumbs down, the reversion from the thumbs up, thumbs down to the mod system is what kind of hit the nail in the coffin. But the site wasn't dying before the thumbs up, thumbs down. It was actually probably in the healthiest state it was ever. Because it's a very simple system to thumbs up, thumbs down something. And it's... There is a number
of reasons.
It's one click to thumbs up something, which you've got to choose which mod you want to choose, and there are a lot of reasons why the community site has just like fallen off. Yeah,
and it comes down to one thing: accessibility.
Yeah,
like you can branch a lot of this stuff under that. So it's like the thumbs up, thumbs down. It's like it's more than one click to show that you've read something or that somebody likes something. Mm-hmm. It is more than one click to be able to get from the main site to the posts of whoever's looking at it. Is 2 clicks to be able to be like onto the community site and then scroll down. 3 clicks even. Community site, scroll into your notifications, scroll down to whoever you're looking for. And there's still the problem with the notifications, they only show the top 5. Well, they only show 5 things, so you have to go to more notifications if you get more than 5.
Mine doesn't work. Mine hasn't worked for years. For like a year and a half. I can't see any more.
Some people's don't work at all. Mine works intermittently. Mm-hmm. It's like when you go onto the community site, you don't see the big thing about the community site, which I thought was such a fucking terrible decision, and it might have been because of the server issues, but do you remember the old site? Yeah,
probably.
You know, when you could go on, when you would be on your page, and then it would be the community's feed would be on your page, right? And that's one thing. Mm-hmm. But do you know one thing that's really good about how they used to work it like that?
You'd have pictures show up as well as journals, and it
that
wasn't
too.
Just one thing.
That too.
It?
No.
Oh, no, I don't
you didn't have to press next page to get to more journals.
Yeah.
You just scrolled, and it just kept going, and it kept going, and it kept going, and it kept going, and it populated. But because you can only get like 10 journals on a page, and then it's like right next page, right next page, next page. You can't do a mindless scroll through.
Yeah.
Which I know is not what you want, because you want people to pay attention in a social feed. But that's the reason why Twitter and Facebook are so good, because you can just scroll through, and you can click the Everybody tab, and you just start scrolling. And then something pops up, something funny, or somebody said something, or somebody you recognise, and you're like, oh, I'll stop, I'll look at this. Mm-hmm. Oh, that was cool. Thumbs up. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling.
Do you know what happened when there was just the thumbs up, thumbs down system as well?
Go on.
It would pop up in the feed. This person thumbs up, liked this.
Yeah, no,
so
there was also
like this interaction. Like, oh, these people are liking this thing. Maybe I'll have a look at it and see why they're giving it a thumbs up.
Oh no,
or
that's
I'll
the entire.
read it through, or it's a picture that someone's liked, and there's no picture support, and it's just
Well, that's part of the reason why I've it's entirely the reason actually why I got in with the Good Guy Gamers.
Yeah.
Like these people who have been part of my life now for like 4 years, best part of.
Yeah.
Like this gaming group, which I have been part of for this long, is because I think I told the story before, but like Bernie did a Minecraft server a while ago, which is like a random thing he did. It's a hardcore server, and I was like, oh, I'll pop on one time. Why not? See if Bernie's on. Of course, he's been killed immediately.
Yeah.
So because he reset it like 4 times. This is like second or third reset, and I met somebody called Poke Plato on there, and I remember that fucking, that thing because he got killed by a creeper, got blown the fuck up right in front of me. So I took a screenshot and I was like, on the website, on Roosterteeth, just R.I.P. Poke Plato, and it was a picture of his tombstone, and he found me on the thing and liked it. He one-upped, and like you said, he thumbs up the thing. I was like, oh,
and you
okay.
can also see who did the thumbs up and the mods up, which you can't. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, there's no interaction. That's the thing. There's no interaction. No. So then I got friends with him, and then I was really bored one day. So I was just looking through, all right, these people who I've made friends with through the various, like, one-ups or the various mods, or like talking with them on their journals or talking to them in the forums, like all my forums at the moment are dead, or they're like nobody's talking on them right now. Who's doing what? So I got into Poke's thing, and I'm like, oh, I remember playing with Poke. Maybe he plays with the group or something. And I found the Good Guy Gamers because he ran the fucking Minecraft server the first time we had one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then that's how I found the group, just Minecraft game nights through the site, because it was just an organic process. Like, they never advertised out. Like, we did advertise out.
Yeah.
We did do that. But, like, this was so early doors that it was like, we hadn't at that point advertised out particularly.
No.
It was just like, yeah, just this group, which was just, it was somebody I found on a random server who found me again. We liked a post. I went through his log. Not he's like liked it up. Like I went through his log because I was, premium member or whatever they were calling it at the time.
Yeah.
Sponsor, that's what it was. I was a sponsor, so I could look at his private log or whatever. Saw that he was commenting shit tons on a forum post. Went into that. Saw that was a server address, and then I've been with that group for 4 years, and I met my girlfriend through them.
Yeah.
Like, you will never get that sort of connectivity. You will never get that sort of experience. The fucking site they have at the moment.
No, it's ludicrous. Like, yeah, no, there's been people I've met on there years ago. Like, oh god, I'll likely have been on there for 11 years this year, actually. Maybe even longer than that. No, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was November 2007. Oh no, it might be November 2008.
I've been around for at least 5
I
years.
can't remember. It's probably been nearly 10 years or 11 years for me. But
I've been around at least 5, and I would consider myself like a recent member of the site. Like in terms of active members, and like I'm barely active anymore either. I would consider myself a recent addition to the fucking site.
Yeah,
that's 5 years ago.
Yeah,
because I joined on Roosterteeth's 10th birthday. Literally, my join day of the site is 1st of April. It is the day Roosterteeth was fucking founded.
Yeah.
So it's this year's their 15th anniversary. So it's my 5th. It was my 5th anniversary this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, just the change in everything. Like, and how many people we've met through it. But like, there's just now no support, and we have to rely on our own things and our own ways to get in contact.
I don't think people, unless they listen to this podcast or see like random journals that some people might make at some point, maybe, which is very rare.
Yeah.
People don't realise there's still communities out there which were found on Roosterteeth and you could find through Roosterteeth that still exist. Like the Good Guy Gamers page, I'm pretty certain is gone. Because a few months ago, I think it got deleted, and then Emma posted to whoever's community manager. I don't even know. Can you restore the site? Can you restore this because our thing has been deleted? And I don't know what came of that in the end. But like we were honestly, I remember when they used to do like community of the month.
Yeah, they had like community focus,
highlighted community, and like what the fuck did they call it? I think they still do it, but no, they don't do it anymore. They did it on the last site, the person of the day or whatever.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Featured user.
Featured user. There we go. Like the Good Guy Gamers were like the featured group for 3 months straight.
Yeah,
it was something ridiculous. It was like 3 or 4 months straight. We were the featured community, which didn't happen to anybody else, any other communities at all. And we, as in the Good Guy Gamers, we were back to back. Our members were featured user for about 2-3 weeks.
Yeah,
because it just bounced between us. I think I actually got in that stint. I actually got given featured user twice.
Yeah.
I know Emma and Kel, our admins, definitely got featured user at least twice. Because it started out with Emma, and it was like somebody, whoever was selecting at the time, was just bouncing through us. Because we talked, we did shit. We obviously were a community within the community.
Yeah.
And we still exist. This is the thing.
Yeah.
Like, we're not as prominent as we were, and we have different people now.
Yeah.
But that's just because of word of mouth. But we still have, like, our core members who are still there. We have a Discord now that we just go on. Like, I completely forgot we were recording this podcast until he messaged me, and I was like, "Shit, guys, I have to go." And I was on with a Dane, Genesis, and Otter, who was Dark Dragon. He changed his name recently.
Oh, fair enough.
And like the three of them who have been on, like Dane and Jen are older members in the group than I was. They're on the RT site, or they were on the RT site.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like it's crazy to think like. My friends lists on Xbox and PlayStation. I guess I'm not going to say Steam because that's been more a recent addition to me. So it's unfair to lump that in. But I curated those lists recently because there's too many people on them, And it's just like, oh, most of these people are from Roosterteeth. Like, a lot of people on my PlayStation friends list are purely from Destiny, like, playing Destiny with people, random people. But, like, once those people have gone, like, a lot of them are just people I've met through the Roosterteeth community who have definitely played games with at some point. I could probably pinpoint exactly what game I played with them, roughly when it was, and, like, why we were friends, and, like, why... Like, what about them was... that we became friends over, but, yeah. It's just, yeah, probably met a lot of people through Good Guy Gamers in the early days as well. So
it's just as well as like just people on the. I don't want to. We shouldn't bitch about this for too much longer.
No, we need to get stopped soon.
We need to get stopped soon. We'll start after this last point. But it's just like, yeah, there was. I remember people on the site who I just haven't heard from in ages. Mm-hmm. Like Ninja is still around, Ninja Cake, who was I think my second friend on the site.
Uh-huh.
Obviously there's you, obviously there's anyone on the Google Gamers, there's like there's still Kazumi, she still posts every now and again.
Yep.
There's still obviously people in the Oxford Comic Cafe, LP Prince is still around. But like there's so many people who I used to talk to shit tons, like there was a Matt of some kind, I can't remember, some British dude. There was a guy called Jester who used to spell it with like E's and 4's and stuff. Some kid from Dubai, I believe. Yeah. There was Lozella. I know she's recently come back in, but she was disappeared. She was AFK for so fucking long.
Yeah, she's doing a lot of streaming.
Jen, so she's doing a lot of stuff. She's moved on. She's moved on, and she was like one of the major movers and shakers.
Yeah,
and
she built her own community from there. She has a bunch of people that are dedicated to like following her on stream.
To her, yeah, exactly. And it's great that they've done that, but it's just like the site is just broken down. Yeah. Anyway, we shouldn't keep talking about depressing stuff like that.
Stop talking about this because it's making me sad.
So, you started the topic.
Oh, I know I did. I totally knew what I was doing. Cool. Well, Dom, where can we find you across the internet?
You can find me at McDom023K on YouTube. Not that I've uploaded anything anytime recently. You can find me at McDom023K on Twitch. I recently started doing random streams, not to any sizable audience or sizable, not sizable.
Defined schedule.
That's the word. Yeah, defined schedule. But if you want to watch a Brit play Hitman who's not Gavin and who is slightly more adept than Gavin is, actually no, Hitman he's probably still better than I am. But anyway,
fair enough.
I do that every now and again. Cool. And yeah, I'm McDom on Steam, and of course you can contact me through the Good Guy Gamers if, of course, you wish to find a gaming group that plays PC games.
Cool. Yeah, my name is Topham, or I go by the online handle Ethafar. That's YCHAFAR. Can be found on I don't know, Instagram and Twitter. I haven't posted anything on social media for months because I'm kind of over it all at the moment, I guess. Yeah. That's a whole other issue that I'm trying to deal with, so I don't know. But yeah, thank you everyone for listening. Thank you, Dom, for being my guest this week.
Pleasure, Topham, anytime.
And thank you everyone for listening. Goodbye!
Toodles!